everyone wants to look fucking amazing, and you see these people and they have set this standard. Like, if you don't look crazy shredded, you have veins going fucking everywhere all over your body, fucking bulging abs and shit like that, you're doing something wrong. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Oscar Pello. Bringing you a video today. Like and comment, subscribe, click on the share with friends. So today I am going to be doing another review video. Videos by a guy named Revival Fitness. So I got suggested this video just off the bat. He has a smaller channel, so I'm really interested to see what he has to say. And I really enjoy seeing these types of videos from people who are smaller creators. Not only because they're not known to other people, but also sometimes they're hidden gems. Sometimes you find these people and, you know, you find your next favorite YouTuber. So, title of this video is Isaiah Miranda Is Everything Wrong with Fitness. Really bold statement, you know, but I want to see what he has to say. If you didn't see any of the, I guess, drama going on with Isaiah Miranda, basically to sum it up, guy went to go get tested for his testosterone levels, and they came back super low, extremely low, very unnaturally low. And from a lot of people in the fitness industry, you know, professionals, people like Greg Doucette, More Plates, More Dates, people like that know about this kind of things, they speculated, you know, he's probably using some sort of performance enhancing drug. What is that? Basically drugs, you know, people like to say steroids and all this stuff. Most of the time people don't use steroids. People use other drugs that are legal, because if you're using steroids, that's illegal, and you can't go to jail. So there's so many more compounds out there. But yeah, getting into this video, Isaiah Miranda Is Everything Wrong with Fitness. I'm very interested in what he has to say, so let's go.
Guys like him get so popular because whenever you're new to fitness, you go online and on Instagram and stuff, and you find guys like this, and your entire reality is ruined from day one. You watch these guys and you just think they know something I don't. He must have this diet trick, or he must just work that much harder than I do. That's probably not the case, guys.
Okay, I like this guy's energy just off the bat. All these videos that I make about these people, well, this is the second video. I do not watch any other videos. I like going into the videos, you know, not knowing what to expect, just because I want an authentic reaction. And obviously, you know, since I'm recording, it's going to be a little bit different because I'm catching my reaction on camera. But let me, I have to up the volume a little bit. But yeah, I don't know this guy's name. I'm just going to call him Revival. Revival, I like your energy so far. I like what you've said so far. But yeah, let's keep going.
Guys. Chest up.
Yeah, good intro. I like that. Also, what he had to say at the very beginning. A lot of these people, and this isn't a dig to Isaiah Miranda. Basically, this is a very large generalization of the fitness industry, and the fitness industry likes to gatekeep shit, or, you know, gatekeep, but they're not really gatekeeping much. When it comes to fitness, getting healthy is relatively easy. We have such abundance of fast food, such abundance to just food in general. I mean, you know, you can go to Starbucks down the road. A lot of the foods that we eat nowadays, very high in calories, very palatable, filled with sugars. So if the average person were to just clean up their diet, you know, eat less processed foods, eat less sugar, you know, eat more lean meats, things lower in fat. Honestly, it's so simple. That's the reason why I've kind of have that phrase of mine, Simply Fit, because it's really simple. And these people on social media, they just love to overcomplicate shit. Like, if you want to get simple, okay, like, eat meats, eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, stop eating shit food, stop going out and eating fast food all the time, like, and, you know, go out for a run, go out for a walk, go lift a little bit of weight. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be like,
oh, let me start intermittent fasting. I'm going to do 16-8. I'm going to do 24 hours of just fasting. I'm going to do keto diet because ketones in your body and fat gets mobilized. And it's like,
do you see the issue there? Like, just go for a walk, go eat some good food, go eat some vegetables. Like, man. And yeah, they just love to gatekeep. Most of the times these people, what are they doing? They're lifting weights, they're doing their cardio, they're eating relatively healthy, because, you know, as you might know and you might not know, you can't outwork a bad diet. You know, if your diet is shit, you're not gonna lose fat. If your diet is shit, you're not gonna get results. If you're trying to lose weight, of course, if you're trying to gain weight, then yeah, go ahead and go, you know, eat some more higher calorically dense foods. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to lose weight, you know, you got to eat less calories than you take in. So if you're eating a shit ton of calories to your Starbucks drinks or your fucking McDonald's breakfast, obviously you're not going to have results. And also, you know, they lift their weights, they do their cardio, but they supplement with drugs, PEDs, SARMs, steroids, you know, fucking all types of shit. So yeah, let's continue. I ramble on so much.
Shoulders back. Welcome to Revival Fitness, everybody. So as you guys can see, we're not in our normal filming place. I just wanted to kind of knock this out really quickly. I've been seeing on my timeline a lot videos of this kid named Isaiah Muhammad, something with an M. But I saw a video More Plates, More Dates did, and I think Doucette's covering this too. And I might as well latch on and get some cheap views off of it.
Hey, we do what we gotta do for the views. So, if this video does well, we'll see. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Everybody clout chases on YouTube. Nothing wrong with that. You're trying to get views. I hate when people say,
"Oh, you're doing it for the clout."
Well, of course, if you're on YouTube, you want to get views. Like, it's the same way if you like start a business. You're not gonna start a business just to give shit away like for free. You want to make money. It's like, come on, stupid.
This is an important topic. And those of you guys who are in high school and college, you know, teens, early 20s, you need to listen up, okay? Because this kid in this entire story around him right now is everything wrong with the fitness industry in a nutshell. As far as I can...
Speaking about everything wrong with the fitness industry, if you haven't seen my last video, you should go check it out.
And I didn't even know the kid existed until I saw More Plates, More Dates video. But he got a drug test done, and he's 21 years old, and his testosterone levels were 21 nanograms per deciliter. Now, you guys know I'm not really into that kind of stuff on this channel. I've talked before why Natty or Not is a waste of time, so I appreciate you for wasting your time with me. But
I think Greg Doucette has a really good way of presenting Natty or Nots, because I don't think Greg Doucette is doing Natty or Nots to expose, you know, unnaturals and people who might be natural. I think he does it more for educational purposes. A lot of his videos, if you really watch them all the way through, he talks about, you know, the possible use of, you know, drugs from these people. And, you know, he also talks about how a lot of these people are just genetically gifted. They're the 0.001% of the population who are like, you know, they're just freaky and they look amazing. But he also goes into them, you know, telling you that there's repercussions to using drugs. He goes into it, you know, these people they go through different things. You know, everybody goes through a different fitness journey. You know, some people struggle with eating disorders, some people struggle with depression, body image issues, and there's so much shit that goes into it. You know, it's not just, you know, saying like, oh, is this person natural, is this person non-natural? Sometimes even, you know, the information that they're giving out, sometimes these people who are on drugs, they're giving you, you know, false information, bad information. And, you know, Greg Doucette, I think, in my opinion, he does a really good job at presenting the information, making the Natty Not videos. Obviously, they're going to get views because, you know, everybody wants to know if someone's natural or not. Majority of the time, if you're on social media, I'm going to say 80% of the people on social media who have a large following, they probably are using something, have used it in the past. Either you have to keep up with the fitness industry by using drugs and, you know, maxing out your body's potential, how you look physically, or you're just genetically gifted and you just excel in these areas. And if you are genetically gifted, you know who you are. You don't have to have someone do a Natty or Not video. So I ramble so much.
His levels are that low. Now, the average guy, it's going to vary, but most guys are going to be anywhere from 350, that's on the lower end, up to 800 or 900 on the higher end naturally. This kid's was 21. And in that video he put up, he tried to argue that he was natural, even though his blood results proved that he wasn't natural. Because you're not going to get a physique like his, you can see it here, without...
So my thing with this whole thing, and again, this isn't to like, you know, throw shade at Isaiah. I hope he doesn't get any hate from this, if this video even does well. My thing is, okay, you're at 21 nanograms per deciliter. I'm no scientist, I'm no expert when it comes to hormones, but obviously, you know, if you do a little bit of research, 21 nanograms per deciliter is really low for a man. Like, that's even lower than most women. most grandmas, as I think more plates, more dates says. You look at this guy's physique and it's crazy. Like, he looks really good. To have that low level of testosterone, and then he goes on to say that he works out twice a day. Whenever you're fucking like low hormone like that, you can't be having this high level of activity like he's doing. Like, this dude is fucking lean. I haven't seen any of his videos, but I'm pretty sure, you know, he's relatively strong. Working out twice a day, like, even for someone who's like at a normal range of hormonally, that's hard. Like, that's not easy for most people to do. And then for you to have that low level of hormone, like, it just doesn't make any sense. But, you know, whatever.
Testosterone in a normal healthy range. That just does not happen. If you had a testosterone naturally of 21 without any enhancement, you would look like a cupcake. Nobody has a level of work ethic that intense where they can break biological laws. So this kid exposed himself as a fake natty despite trying to prove that he was natty. So he's either just dumb as rocks or...
Okay, yeah. So the thing about, you know, people in the fitness industry, working out, it's so simple. Like, you want to get strong, you want to get big, focus on your compound lifts, you know, focus on your bench press, squat, deadlift, pull-ups, dips. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that? It just takes time. Some people, not everybody in the fitness industry, tries to reinvent the wheel, you know, show you wacky workouts and shit. But in reality, this shit's so simple. Like, you want to get strong, go, you know, bench press, go squat, go deadlift, like, go do your main movements and see if you won't go from there. Go take your average compound movement, you know, the shit that works, and, you know, go from, you know, being able to rep your body weight to being able to rep twice your body weight, 3 times your body weight. You really think you're not going to get big, you're not going to get strong once you get to that point? Like, how many people have you seen bench press 315 pounds? How many people do you see squat 400 pounds? How many people do you see deadlift 400 pounds? Like, unless, you know, you've been at this shit for a long time, or you're, you know, you're some sort of like social media influencer, fitness influencer, you really don't see this often in your, you know, local gyms. And a lot of these people, they don't even know the basics. Like, it's crazy. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm no scientist, I'm no expert when it comes to hormones. So this dude, Isaiah, probably didn't know what he was doing whenever he went to go get tested. He basically outed himself, you know, showing everybody that he's not natural. And, you know, that's my opinion, that's other people's opinions. Professional experts' opinions versus a guy who doesn't know much about hormones. I mean, how are you gonna argue with someone, you know, more plays, more dates, he has his own TRT clinic, he knows his shit. So how are you gonna argue with someone? Like, if a doctor diagnoses you with, like, hey, you know, your blood work came back, says this, and, you know, let's say you have high cholesterol, hey, you're probably eating bad, and then you say, no, I'm not eating bad, I eat good. It's literally on paper. It's a fact. Like, it's on paper. You can't argue that. Basically, he says he knows what he's doing. He knows he's natural and everything. So he basically defends himself, which is fine. You know, that's your right to defend yourself. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, we know he's not natural. So let's continue.
Or he's really clever in terms of drumming up drama. Whatever the case is, you young guys need to heed this advice and listen to me right now. Okay? Because this kid, he rolls around with, right, Tristan Lee and Bradley Martin, which that alone is another dead giveaway. Okay? Anybody that hangs out with Bradley Martin that regularly, especially all these like teenage TikTokers that get huge all of a sudden. I mean, Bradley Martin is literally a kingpin at this point. This guy just gets every kid he meets on gear.
Just because you're not natural doesn't make you a bad person. My issue with, you know, people who are not natural is whenever they portray the ability of someone to reach that level of physique naturally, when most people are never going to look like that. So it's basically like you're lying to these people. And that's my issue with that. If you want to hop on, you know, drugs and shit, that's your decision. You know, it's your body. You do what you want. My only issue is whenever they portray that and they set that expectation, like, if you work out, you're gonna look this way, when you're probably not. You're not gonna look anything near them, you know. But
I mean, he's like a pimp. He's got a farm of these kids now. I mean, his brand is literally called Raw Gear.
A farm. It's crazy. I never thought about that. Raw Gear. That's funny. Okay, yeah, I like that.
That Bradley Martin owns the blood test clinic or whatever he went to. I mean, surprise, surprise, but he got a legitimate prescription for testosterone. So this kid However he did it, he dropped his own test levels so low that he got a legitimate legal prescription to do test. Hey, props to you, dude. You totally fleeced the system, even though Bradley Martin probably made them give it to you, but that's beside the point. Either way, he's a very young guy on external hormones. Okay, now guys, I don't have any moral or ethical, I'm not one of these guys that makes these ethical arguments like, oh, naturals are morally superior, this or that. I don't care, dude. What I do care about is the unrealistic expectations and the delusion you feed your audience whenever you do this.
You're lying to people, and that's not cool. Like, why? Not everybody can come out and say, you know, that they're on drugs. Obviously, because there's this stigma that,
oh, he's using steroids, using testosterone, oh, he's a piece of shit. And
they do what they want. Like, I mean, like Greg Doucette says, you know, people drink, people, you know, they smoke marijuana, they, you know, smoke cigarettes, and it's like, all these things are drugs as well. And it's like, why is this one better than the other? And then they say, oh, it's not natural. Well, testosterone is produced in your body. That's a natural hormone. So if you're like, it's a natural thing. It's like that whole argument of like food being organic or not. Just because something is organic doesn't make it better. Like, what, there's like an example where it's like cyanide or some toxin is organic, but it's not good for you. Pretty much, yeah, you know, if you're lying to people and, you know, you're putting this image out to people that, you know, if you work out, you're going to look like this, that's the issue. Nobody really cares. Most people don't really care if you're on drugs and shit. That's your decision. But if you're lying to people, telling them like, hey, work out, you know, follow my program, this is what I do, and these are the results you're gonna get, it's like, no, you're lying to these people. That's not cool.
This is a kid like so many others we see that blows up in this industry, and that audience mostly is going to be impressionable young men around his age group, okay?
Yeah, before I go on, whenever I started into fitness, I started watching Mike Chang videos. If anybody knows Mike Chang, dude was big as fuck. I started watching those videos back in like 2012. I was 12 years old, 11, 13 years old at the time. I would watch his videos, and, you know, he would make the 6-minute ab workouts or shit like that, you know, and I would follow them thinking, you know, I'm gonna get abs. This dude was fucking freaky, like out of his mind, muscular as fuck, lean as fuck, and it's like, this dude probably using some sort of steroids or some sort of, you know, performance enhancing drug. And, you know, that's where the lie comes from. Like he says, a lot of these kids are young, impressionable people. So you're implanting this idea that if you work out, you're going to look like these people, when you're probably not, unless you know, hop on drugs. And even then, these are young teenagers, like even people my age, like 20, 21, 19, you know, even in the 20s, we can still be influenced by these people. And, you know, if you're putting out that idea that, you know, you work out and you're gonna look this way, but you use drugs, it's like, that's not cool. I mean, that's just it, you know?
This is why people like him are such a cancer in this industry. But because you kids, right, all you guys, you just see, oh, he's got abs, shredded abs, and the bicep vein, and his shoulders are defined, you think he's a genius. And you're gonna listen to everything he says.
This is okay. So you see the exercise he's doing. They'll say, you know, oh, this exercise, you know, builds your abs. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're working your abs. Are you going to have abs like him by doing this exercise on its own? Probably not. I mean, he's probably using some sort of drugs. He's lean as fuck. So just in general, you have to get lean for your abs to show. You don't necessarily have to do any ab exercises if you're doing, like I said, your main compound lifts. You really think if you squat like 300, 400 pounds, your abs, your core isn't working? Or if you're deadlifting 400, 300 pounds, your core isn't working? It's like, where is the logic? You know, do you really think your abs are just fucking asleep whenever you're doing all this shit? Like, no, your abs are working. Can you work out your abs and, you know, focus and isolate them? Yeah, just like, you know, you do your curls for your biceps to grow, or, you know, you do your dips for your triceps to grow. Yeah, you can isolate your abs to work them. But little exercises like this, a lot of them are for show. I mean, yeah, this exercise works. I'm not saying it doesn't. But a lot of these are just for them to show their physique off.
And you're going to compare yourself to him because, oh, he's only, what, 18 or 21 or something? I don't look like that at that age. You're not supposed to, dude. Again, we know he's enhanced. Now, you can make the debate, you can argue all you want, whether how much is he taking this or that. I don't care about that. The point is that he's lying about his status. And what guys like this do whenever this topic comes up, they always have the easy out. Because all you have to do is point the finger and say, well, you're bringing negativity into this. Are you a negative person? Are you trying to bring me down and question my work?
Yeah, nobody really cares, like I said, and a lot of the fitness industry is really soft. Like, I don't know why, but it's just people are really soft nowadays. Like, you can't say anything without someone like crying. Like, it's snowflakes everywhere. Like, if someone says that you're not natural and you're natural and you know it, all right, cool, I appreciate that. Like, it should be a compliment. Like Cali Muscle, he was over there freaking out because Greg Doucette called him out, so calling him like gay almost or some shit, you know, saying, oh, he talks about men, you know, he's probably into men. Like, all right, if he's into men, like, let him be. That that's not your issue, that's not your problem. Is it really that big of a deal that your world is coming down and you're freaking out about it? Like, if anything, you're less manly than him because you're freaking out over such a small issue. And for people to freak out like this, saying, oh, you bring negativity, nobody cares that you're on drugs. It's just the fact that you're lying. If anything, you should be mad at yourself because you're lying and not telling these people, like, hey, I use this and I have a leg up over you because I use this. It's like, you know?
Work ethic? Are you trying to chase clout? It's the easiest out in the world, guys.
Who doesn't chase clout? If you're on YouTube, you're in it for the clout. I think that's a Cardi B song or some shit. You're in it for the clout. If you start a business, are you going to be doing charity work? No, you want to make a profit. You want to make money. You want to do good for yourself. Like, so what's the issue? Like, what's the issue? I don't get it. Like I said, so many snowflakes. I just don't know.
That is not the point here. Now, people do that, certainly, but a valid critique such as this, and you've, again, the other channels that talk about this too, they're trying to open your eyes and tell you what's actually going on here. But of course, you know, this guy and his fanboys are all going to say, oh, you're just being a hater and being negative and you wish you were. It's like, no, dude, I'm trying to stop you from damaging your own endocrine system at 18 years.
Yeah, it's like whenever your parents tell you, like, hey, don't hang around these people because they're not good for you. They're not good influence to you. That's basically what Greg Doucette, More Plates, More Dates are doing for Isaiah. They're letting him know, like, hey, this probably isn't good for you. Whatever you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. Or, you know, you should be careful, more careful, because there's consequences to doing these types of things. And
years old. That's what I'm doing. And then all you guys, especially you younger guys that look up to him and you're like his peer age-wise, you're going to negatively compare yourself to him. You're going to say, oh, I don't lift as much as he does, or I don't look like that, and my abs aren't that sharp, or whatever the case is. And this is precisely why so many young people, especially young men in the lifting game, develop body image disorders and eating disorders.
Personally, I think I struggle a little bit with image disorders and maybe some slight eating disorders. Not anything extreme, you know, but I mean, you know, you go on social media and you see these fucking Olympian Greek gods type of physiques, and it's like, I want to look like that. Even someone like me who knows like a lot of these people are using this type of shit, I still think to myself like, wow, you know, like, I don't look like that, or I'm not as strong as them. So yeah, it definitely does affect you. Like, it influences you. Their social media influences for a reason, so it influences, you know, regular people. And I don't think a lot of the people realize that. They just put shit out there and they just think, oh, you know, whatever, there's no consequence to what I'm doing.
Now, I just made a video more satirical about, do you have body dysmorphia, right? It was like a little test. That was more satire, but there was truth laced into it. But it's the negative comparison aspect. And it's natural, because if you're 16, 18, 20, chances are you look nothing like this.
And yeah, I mean, even just in general, whenever you're in your teens, you're looking at yourself. This is a time in your life when you're changing a lot. Your body is changing. So even then, you're already having body image issues, you know? If you grew up like myself, if you grew up, you know, overweight, obese, you grow up with low self-esteem. And, you know, once you go into your teen years, you know, you're in middle school, you're in high school, you know, people are going to give their opinions about you. And, you know, that shit, you know, as a teenager, it's going to affect you. So to then see people on your phone look crazy, this is a time in your life, even going into your 20s, everyone wants to look fucking amazing. And you see these people and they have set this standard. Like, if you don't look crazy shredded, you have veins going fucking everywhere all over your body, fucking bulging abs and shit like that, you're doing something wrong. That's basically the idea that's been implanted in your head. You know, everybody thinks, oh, I'm gonna work out for 6 months and I should look like this person if I eat chicken, rice, and broccoli, and if I fucking lift weights. Like, it takes way longer than that. The only reason why these people get to that point is because these drugs, they expedite the process by so much.
Like this. Most guys that have been lifting naturally for 10, 15 years don't look that shredded. Okay? Because doing that naturally, just for most of us genetically, is not going to happen. Okay? So what these kids do, and I do.
Yeah, and I mean, whenever you start working out, it's the law of diminishing returns. That first year, you're going to have really good progress. The second year, you're going to have decent progress. Third year, it slows down. Fourth year is even slower. And then it's just, you try to squeeze out whatever you can. For these people to, work out, start working out, whenever they were like, 16, and then they keep going into their 20s, and all of a sudden, oh, they're 21, 22, and their physique blows up. It's like, it doesn't work that way. Your shit slows down. Like, you can only make so much progress in so much time. At the very beginning, you're going to make a lot of progress towards, as further in you get into your journey, you're going to have less progress.
Dude, I was 16, 18 getting into this. I remember. I know how it is. You watch these guys and you just think they know something I don't. He must have...
Yeah, and it's like common sense. Like, Simply Fit. You want to get fucking strong, you want to get fucking muscular, go focus on your compound lifts, do a little bit of cardio, to burn a little extra calories, keep that heart healthy, and, help you in that process of leaning out. It's like, what's so complicated about that? And eat clean. Eat your fucking vegetables. Eat your fucking fruits. Eat your fucking protein. Like, what's so complicated about that? That's the shit that pisses me off. Like, there's always a diet. There's always a workout routine. There's always some shit. There's always a supplement out there that, people have to fucking grasp. Or they say, oh, this is the holy water. This is the fucking solution. Like, I need to do this. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not.
This diet trick, or he must just work that much harder than I do, or he must do X, Y, or Z. So what are these kids going to do when they watch guys like Isaiah or Tristan Lee or any of these other, teenage fake natty social media stars that blow up overnight? You're going to spend 3-4 hours a day on your floor twisting and crunching and doing all this stuff, and you're never going to look like him by mimicking that, guys. It's not going to happen. You cannot replicate the genetics of somebody else, and you cannot replicate how their body responds to any substances they put into it. There's no way to equate that. So you need to focus on yourself, okay? You need to stop critically comparing yourself to guys like this. And again, if you're young and new to this industry, you probably have no idea that he's lying. And this is how guys like him get so popular.
Yeah, I mean, he said it really well. I agree with what he's saying. Like I've said in the past, all these fucking workouts that they show on social media, they're just for clicks. They're just for views. Most of the time, not most of the time, if you want to build a good fucking physique, focus on your compound lifts. And then, supplement that with some isolation work. You want to focus on your arms, go do some curls, go do some dips, go do some tricep extensions. Like, is it really that complicated? And it's going to take time. That's the shit that people don't realize as well. It takes time. Like, it doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just happen. Even in a year, you'll make some progress, but you're not going to look like how you want to look, And even then, if you work out, you have a standard, you have an image you have set for yourself on how you want to look. And you're probably not going to look like that because you got this image from these people who are not natural, who you see on social media, who are abusing drugs. And you will never know how you're going to look until you get to that point. You're never going to know how you look lean until you get lean. You never know how you're going to look, bulky, muscular until you get there. And you're probably not going to look like how you thought you were. And that's just the harsh truth. Like, most of us don't know what we're going to look until we get to that point. So
there's hundreds of thousands of new guys who want to write, oh, new to fitness, search this up, and you come across him. And your entire expectations and your entire reality of what fitness actually is tarnished from day one. You've got unrealistic expectations and you have delusional standards about how you're going to look and perform from day one because fake natties like this rule this space just because they look good in photo shoots and they have rich parents and they can hire people to fly drones and vlog them around, dude. It's unbelievable, man. It's painful to watch. Now, guys like me who are out of that matrix, we can just kind of laugh at it. But for those of you guys who are young and new, you have got to understand this, dude. You have got to establish realistic expectations for aesthetics and strength. Again, this is not being a doomer. I'm not saying you're always going to be weak and small, but genetically, most of us are not going to look like stage-ready IFBB pros, ever, naturally.
If you look at your average IFBB pro, do you think you're going to look like that naturally? Like, anyone who is an IFBB pro, 99.999% not natural, and you're never gonna look like that.
Okay? But when you come across these kids, these Tristan Lees, these David Lades, Isaiah, whatever, all these young kids that get insanely ripped and strong, it's not coincidence, guys. There's a reason this happens over and over. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous. But then again, so is everything at this point in the Earth's existence. So this has been it, guys. Get your expectations in check. Stop falling for these fake natties. Learn to focus on yourself and your results. Stop negatively comparing yourself to these scammers and liars. So this has been it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you.
Yeah, I mean, half of the time, like I said, getting relatively healthy is pretty simple. Get your fucking diet in check. Stop eating so much fast food. Stop fucking drinking so much fucking alcohol. Stop drinking so many calories in liquid form. Stop drinking so much juice because that has a shit ton of sugar. Stop going out and eating every single fucking weekend or every single other day because that's fucking shit ton of calories. Go fucking exercise because most people don't do shit. Go for a 15-minute walk. You don't have to run. Go for fucking, learn how to lift weights. There's a shit ton of videos on the internet on how to lift weights. I taught myself everything I know off the internet, and like a lot of people do. And then you have the abundance of information, but also there's an abundance of misinformation out there. The diets, the fucking exercises that are wacky, and fucking do this little fucking exercise and you'll get this result. Like, no, just do your compound movements, eat relatively clean, work out consistently, and it's like it's that simple. Why overcomplicate shit? Like, the fitness industry loves to overcomplicate shit because if it's complicated, they can sell you something. If it's simple, people aren't interested. People don't want to hear, hey, go eat healthy, go eat fruits and vegetables, go eat your fucking protein, go lift some weights. It's going to take years, and you'll get there. No, they want,
I want to have it in a month. I want to have it in 2 months. I want to have it in less than a year.
just like every other thing in life. Like, everyone wants the shortcut. Nobody wants to take the hard road, the long, hard road. So, yeah, Revival Fitness. I don't know your name, but I really like your video. Really good information. I agree with so many of the points that you said. You brought up a lot of interesting points with raw gear especially. But yeah, I like seeing fitness channels like this because, like I said, they're like hitting gems. Most people don't see these types of people. We need more people like this in the fitness industry. We need more people that are out here, like Greg Doucette is exposing the shit, is exposing the lies, is exposing the misinformation, and actually helping people, get healthy, because there's so much misinformation out there. There's so much bullshit out there. Like, just keep it simple. That's why I've put out the slogan, Simply Fit. But hey, I appreciate you watching this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with friends, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. I appreciate the support.